Hello everyone. Thank you so much for visiting the Super Fanboy Guide channel. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is the best way you can support my channel, and it's free and easy. If you would like to further support me and my content, be sure to check out the Patreon account at www.patreon.com/superfanboyguy. Tier levels include Octagon deck files for decks shown on the channel, bonus content not found on YouTube, entry into a monthly raffle, and more. You can also find me on Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for the SFG logo. Once again, thanks for visiting the channel. Now let's let the nerd times roll. What is up, my fellow comic book fans? This is Brandon, the Super Fanboy Guy, and I'm here today to bring you episode 2 of the Playground series. The Playground series is a series of videos where I take a bunch of popular Versus System decks either on my channel or decks that I think are just pretty cool, and I playtest them on Octagon so that everybody who is watching this video can kind of see some of the strategies of the deck that I'm featuring in this video. And this is going to be episode 2, and today we're going to talk about the Gotham Knights Team Superman deck, known as the world's finest deck. Gotham Knights' main theme is that they kind of excel in negating non-ongoing plot twists, while Team Superman has they have some really powerful character cards that can definitely help you get an advantage in a game. So just to kind of go over the deck really quickly, we have a lot of good Gotham Knights cards in this particular build of the deck. We're going to start by talking about Barbara Gordon, Oracle, Hacker Elite. She pretty much for free, she allows us to draw a card once per turn. So that is an extra card that you get to have in your hand. And I probably should also mention that Gotham Knights also have a good kind of engine of drawing cards as well. So that's why Barbara Gordon is really good in doing that. And also, we have another Barbara Gordon Oracle Inside Information. And what she does is she really, when she comes to play, you draw 3 cards. And you'll notice that she has the substitute ability. And we play 2 copies of this one because we could draw up to 6 cards when she comes out if we have 2 copies of her in our hand. Now, I did think about bumping this up to 4. And I just haven't made that change, and I'm not sure if I'm really ready to go kind of that route with this card because it's on turn 7. Sometimes if you draw too many of her, it could be dead draw when you can have better cards. But the other card I want to kind of go over quickly, and I think it's a really underrated card that I don't see a lot of people play, and that is Batman Cape and Cowl. Pretty much, you could discard a Gotham Knights character card to negate a target payment effect, and you can only use it once per turn. But he also has this effect that opponents cannot use a payment power if it has already been used this turn. So, if, for an example, the first card that comes into my mind when I think about this is the 8-drop Sentry from Marvel Team Up, because he says pay 1 attack, target character gets -1 attack this turn, and that is an effect that he can only use once when this Batman is out. So definitely, probably, in my opinion, the best 6-drop in Gotham Knights, and I really don't see him a lot of play in the competitive side of Versus System, which is kind of a shame because he's really a great card. Now, I mentioned about Gotham Knights having ways to negate non-ongoing plot twists. So the cards that we have for that is Bat Got Your Tongue. Pretty much to play it, exhaust the Gotham Knights character you control, and you get to negate a target effect from a non-ongoing plot twist. So similar to the card Fizzle, except Fizzle, I believe you have to discard a Gotham Knights character card to use that. And another negation that we also play is From the Darkness. Play only if you control already Batman and negate target effect from a non-ongoing plot twist. So to a certain extent, this could be a little bit better than Bat Got Your Tongue, but From the Darkness also does have it is a 4 threshold, a plot twist, whereas Bat Got Your Tongue is only a 2. So that's kind of something to note as well. And then also for the other kind of Gotham Knights cards that we play in this deck, we also do play Batman Dark Knight Return, which pretty much whenever you play a plot twist, you draw a card. So he is an 8-drop, which is kind of, really kind of takes a while to get there, but kind of a useful effect, and it's Batman. So I'm not going to go over all the Gotham Knights character cards. I'm just kind of go over just kind of the basic ones. Now, people are probably asking, why do we play the Team Superman and Gotham Knights? Well, I can tell you that Team Superman really has, ever since I would say probably the World's Finest set came out, we were introduced to probably one of the best cards in Team Superman, which is Superman Last Son of Krypton. He has loyalty revealed to recruit, pay 4 resource points, and as you can see, he has no cost, no threshold cost. So you can't, if he becomes stunned, there's certain cards that say KO character with target cost X or less. Well, he doesn't have a cost, so you can't target him. And actually, the card card as an example that you can't use is the Doctor Doom card, Reign of Terror, which I believe returns a character with cost 3 or less to its owner's hand, but since he has no cost, you can't return him. So, very powerful card indeed, and this is kind of the reason why we splash Team Superman with Gotham Knights. Now, the other big Team Superman card that was introduced in DC Legends was, of course, the Superman Metropolis Marvel. He has loyalty, so you have to have another Team Superman out to play. Superman gets +1/+1 for each opposing character, so can become if your opponent has 4 characters out, he can become a 12/12, and that's normally the stats of 6 cost characters when you get to that. So he has the potential to take out 6 cost characters by turn 5, which is he's been a very powerful card. And I mentioned him in my other YouTube videos how powerful he is. So just a great card, and you just have to play him in the deck. And the other Superman card that we play in this deck is going to be Superman Deterrent Force. He's a 7 cost 16/16. With loyalty, and he has a cosmic ability to activate. Target character can't attack this turn. So really good when you don't have the initiative, and let's say your opponent has a really good 7-drop that could be really hurtful if he attacks. So this Superman just allows us to make sure that our opponent's characters can't attack. And so those are the 3 Superman cards, and as you know, we need to kind of play something to keep all of our Superman characters on the field, because if anybody's familiar with the unique rule, if you recruit a character that has the same name as a character out in play, you have to KO the character that's in play before the new one comes in. But we actually have a location that helps us keep our Superman on the field, and that's Cadmus Labs. Pretty much you activate it, and cards named Superman are not unique this turn. Plus, it has an additional effect where you can replace it, and target Superman gets +1 attack and +1 defense for this attack. And the other card, you'll notice that we have multiple copies of Superman. We had multiple copies of Batman, because we have the 3-drop Batman, we have the 6-drop Batman, and we have the 8-drop Batman. And also we have this 3-drop Barbara Gordon Oracle, and then we also have the 7-drop Barbara Gordon Oracle. So a really good card that I would like to play in this deck is going to be the card A Clash of Worlds. And when you name a character, that character card with the character card with that name is not unique this turn. So for an example, if we can flip up and say Batman, we can flip it up and say Superman, and then I rarely use it on Barbara Gordon, but that is also another option you can use. And one way with the set, we have a card that fetches out all of our plot twist cards, and that card is our 1-drop Alfred Pennyworth, Faithful Friend. He comes to play exhausted, and then activate, return him to your hand. You get to search your deck for a plot twist or equipment and reveal it and put it in your hand, and you can only activate it if you have another Gotham Knights character. So he's really good in helping us get that, and I would say about probably 85% of the time, the card that I search for with this is A Clash of Worlds, because it's really important to get your characters to have them become non-unique. And just I'm not going to go over all the cards, but We also have Krypto as one of our 2-drop cards, and then we have Tim Drake, Titan in Command. This Batman family member, you could discard a Gotham Knights or Justice League character card to replace target face-up resource, so good for getting rid of those locations or ongoing plot twist. We also have Catwoman Jewel Thief. Pretty much whenever she stuns a defender, you get to either draw a card or make your opponent or any other target player discard a card. And then we also have this Pyrogen, which you get to stun him. And if you do, stun target attacker. So pretty good if, they have an attacker that's going to deal some damage. Pretty good with that. And then also want to talk about Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, Claire Connors, another one of our 8-drops. Whenever Kara Zor-El team attacks or is team attacked, you may stun target character that is not in combat. So a very powerful effect also to, maybe stun a character that you don't want to attack because they have an effect when it gets attacked or something like that. And then also just some of the plot twists. We have Flying High. We have SKREEEEEEE to kind of deal with hitting characters if we need to. Mobilize, just one copy of it. Since we do play 2 team affiliations in the deck, one copy is just fine. Best of the best, just we get to return a Batman or a Superman character to our owner's hand. And if you do, a character can attack this turn. So this is really good. For an example, if you have, let's say, the 3-drop Batman, it's turn 6, and you don't have Clash of Worlds in your hand, well, you can return the 3-drop Batman to your hand with this card, and then you can play your 6-drop Batman and still have your 3-drop Batman in your hand for, using some kind of discard effect. At your service, as you discard a Gotham Knights character, you get to search for a card with Batman in its name, identity, or text. So this is going to be one of the search cards that we play in the deck. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a Batman character card. It could be like one of the plot twists that we mentioned earlier. Also, at their finest, that's a good example of a card that you can get with at your service. This gives our Superman or Batman characters +2 for the turn, but it has to be the first plot twist that we played this turn. The hookup is our team up card that we play, the team up Gotham Knights and Team Superman, and then we can discard a Gotham Knights to draw a card that we can only use once per turn. For the Man Who Has Everything is another one of our search cards. You get to search for a Team Superman, reveal it, put it in your hand, and if it doesn't share a name with a character you control, you discard a card. So a good way to really help us get our Team Superman character cards. Indestructible is a really good defensive card to play Exhausted Superman. You control that Superman can't be stunned this attack. So this is really good for if your opponent is attacking first, and let's say they team attack into Superman Metropolis Marvel, you could play this so your Metropolis Marvel can't be stunned, and you might be able to stun one of your opponent's characters. So that is kind of the deck in general. So we're going to go ahead and play test this and show everybody kind of some of the strategies of the deck. Okay, so we got the deck loaded. I'm going to shuffle it a couple of times. Just to give it some good shuffles, and let's go ahead and start. All right, so draw 1, 2, 3, 4. So this hand is not terrible. We do have a 2-drop, and we have our Metropolis Marvel, but I don't think it really does a whole lot besides that. So yeah, I'm actually going to take a mulligan with this hand. And this hand is significantly worse. Okay, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. So we'll draw our 2 cards. And, maybe I should have kept that other hand. Okay, so I'm going to play Cadmus Labs into the resource row. Like this. And we are just going to go ahead and go to a next turn. And this deck kind of wants to be on the even initiative for the most part, I believe. So let's just assume we have the even initiative. So we'll go ahead and draw 2 new cards. Okay, we're going to go ahead and resource our team up here because it's an ongoing plot twist. And we're going to play Alfred, and according to his game text, he comes to play exhausted. So that's what he does. And we'll go ahead and say the turn's over. So ready all of our cards, and then we're going to draw 2 more cards. And Alfred is he's the lone wolf right now. Okay, so we are going to resource this indestructible. And then, unfortunately, we do not have a 3-drop, so we are just going to have to pass. And then I would assume this turn Alfred would get stunned for some damage, and we would take a bunch of direct damage as well. So, okay, so we can go to turn 4. So, we are going to recover Alfred, and we'll go to turn 4. We'll draw some cards. And, wow, not a really great hand here. All right, we'll go ahead and play our 4th resource, and we're actually going to go ahead and flip for the man who has everything. So we're going to get a Team Superman card, and if we do not control it, we got to discard a card. So I am actually going to get our Last Son of Krypton. And then we are going to put that in our hand, and I guess we could discard one of these 7-drop Superman character cards. And we are going to go ahead and play him. So he does have Loyalty Reveal. So we would probably reveal the Metropolis Marvel for the cost. And then Alfred would go, we would probably form like this. So Alfred would be in the back row. And let's say they play their turn 4 character. And what I would do at this point, I would go ahead and team up Gotham Knights and Team Superman. And at the same time, we're going to activate Alfred and bounce him back to our hand. And we are going to get some kind of plot twist card. Now, we already have Cadmus Labs, so we don't really need Clash of Worlds. So I think the other card that we may want to get here is probably, I guess, From the Darkness. I don't know if this is a good choice or not, but I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up here. So even though we have another one, sometimes negating plot twist could be relevant. And actually, another card you could also get is maybe another team up in case they try to replace it. And actually, I think I like that idea a lot better than this because we already have a negate. So I think I'm going to get we also could get another Indestructible, or we get Scree if we want to hit their hidden characters. But, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll get this one. So we can go ahead and activate the Hookup's ability to discard this Alfred to draw a card. And then maybe Superman does some attacking like that. And then we go to Recovery. And the next turn, we're going to go ahead and draw our 2 cards. Oh my gosh, another Hookup. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and place this in our resource row. Now we're going to go ahead and flip Cadmus Labs and activate it. So Superman is not unique this turn, and we play Metropolis Marvel. And then we are definitely going to form like this. Now, since it's our opponent's initiative this turn, if they try to attack us, we do have Indestructible, which we just exhaust Superman and he doesn't get stunned. So there's a good chance that we can probably maybe keep both of our characters this turn. But anyway, so let's go to Recovery. So he'll recover. This will recover as well. And let's go ahead and draw our 2 cards. And we'll play another Hookup in our resource row. And I guess I'll just go ahead and flip it up now because maybe let's say they've replaced this during the game. And then we would get that other Cadmus Labs. Let's just play a scenario. So we would actually, we couldn't flip this up yet because we don't have a Gotham Knights to flip it up yet. But now we get to recruit this 6-drop Batman right here, and then we would go ahead and flip up the Hookup, and then maybe discard this Batman to draw a card. So I usually, this Batman Cape and Cowl, I usually put recruit in the concealed area, like 95% of the time. So he's definitely good for that. It's actually not bad that we have 2 copies of Cadmus Labs here, because what we can do is we can activate the effect. Like, let's say we attack with our Superman. We can activate the effect to replace it to we can activate the replace it to put it into our resource row. And then maybe in another turn we can flip up this Cadmus Labs later to, you know, make our Superman non-unique this turn. So, but if I attack something like that, and then maybe we have this big Batman attack, and then this Superman would attack as well, and maybe do something like that, we might have him stunned. And then let's say we go to recovery, so we would recover him, ready our cards, and we go to turn 7, so we'll draw our cards here. So we're going to go ahead and play this in our resource row. Oops. We play this in our resource row, and I guess we should just flip it now because we have another copy of it also. So our Batman and Superman will get +2 attack and +2 defense. And now we have 2 options here. We can either play the Barbara Gordon to draw 3 cards. We can play Cadmus Labs and play Superman. So so we have 3 Supermans out. So either play is fine. But I think I'm actually going to go ahead and do this. And then we get to play Superman. And don't forget, he does have a cosmic counter. So we're going to put that cosmic counter on him. And I guess I'm okay with the formation like this. It's not too bad. And so let's say they play a big 7-drop and they decide to attack. Well, we could activate this Superman so they can't attack. Now, the only bad thing about this ability, it is kind of weak to pathetic attempts, so our opponent can just play a pathetic attempt and negate this, and then we could be in trouble. But then, let's say they do something like that, and they attack our Superman down here. Well, we could play Best of the Best to return this guy so that character can't attack. So that is something that we can also do. And then maybe for some reason they're playing a plot twist, maybe like a no man that escapes the Manhunters on Batman. Well, we could play this and say we're going to negate that since our Batman is ready. And let's say they try to, you know, do it again. Well, we can actually play at your service, discard this Krypto since they're teamed up. And then you could do something like search for another negation effect, like another From the Darkness. And then put that into your hand. And this goes. And then you can also play that card to negate it as well. So this would be, you know, despite us not hitting our curve early in the game, we're actually doing pretty well. We've done pretty well with the cards that we played so far. So, okay, we're going to go to recovery. And we are going to go to turn 8. Oh my goodness! I can't believe that just happened. Wow, wonder what the chances of that are. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and activate this hookup. I'm going to discard and draw. And then I'm going to flip up the other hookup. And we're going to discard another Superman to draw a card. Now, we could actually get our 8-cost character as well. No, you know what? I should have also played this before I flipped this up, just in case. But I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. So we can either draw a bunch of cards since we have 2 substitutes, or 2 Barbara Gordons, and we could substitute the other one out. Or we could play Mobilize and get our 8-drop out as well. But I'm actually going to play the Barbara Gordon just to show people kind of how the substitute ability works. So when she comes to play, we're going to draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. There's the 4th last son of Krypton. And then when you substitute, we're going to remove this card from the game. And we're going to play this one to draw 3 new cards. And then we have 1 resource point, but we don't want to play Alfred even if we had it, because we don't want it to be a target for damage. So I guess we could form something like this. And then, oh, and actually, I forgot to play a resource, I just realized. So we're going to go ahead and play this one. So that is kind of some of the stuff you can do with the Gotham Knights Team Superman deck. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments of the video. If there was maybe something that I didn't really show in this playtest video that you guys kind of want to see more of, maybe actually finding some kind of strategy that you guys really want me to talk about with Gotham Knights Teen Superman, World's Finest as they're called. And so that is going to be it for this video. Let me just go ahead and do a soft reset of the game. And then let me guys just show you all the deck. So yeah, that is the Gotham Knights Team Superman deck. And if you guys want to just kind of take a look at the cards really quick, you could do so here. But thanks to everybody for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you guys have any feedback that you want to see for the channel. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. Make sure to check the Patreon and become a patron if you want to. And thank you everybody for supporting the channel and watching the videos and all that fun stuff. And we will see you in the next one.